Salvete Omnes, this is Amelia, also known as the Martian Geek, and welcome to the extras of New Super Mario Bros. Wii, also known as the part of the game where I just clear out all the Toad houses, because I'm not really sure what else to show at this point. I could show off the hint movies, I guess, but we've already gotten the stuff, and I feel like it would take too long. Also, a couple of them are missing for some reason. But anyway, let's check out this 1-up house here, which is not normally there. It spawned when I rescued the Toad. Thanks! Go through the door for a chance to win. One-up blast.
What?
Hop in a cannon. You only get one shot. Tilt to aim, fire with the 2 button. So this actually is something that's considerably more difficult with the keyboard. So we have a bunch of 1s, and we have to... Let's see. If you time it right, you should be able to get 3. But I can't just leave it at a position. Ah, I did get 3. Okay. I will go from 99 lives to 99.
What?
Spend your star coins at Peach Castle in World 1 to watch hint movies. More hint movies will unlock as you continue your adventure, so stop by every once in a while. Okay. So now let's do an item one. The red ones are items, the green ones are 1-ups, and the yellow ones are specifically stars. Feeling lucky? Step right through the door to win some items. Power-up panels.
What?
Press 1 to punch a panel and flip it. Match a pair to win, match 2 of the Bowsers, and it's all over. So this is sort of a variant of the N-Spade game from Super Mario Bros. 3, but with some differences. There are fewer panels, for one thing, and you have the Bowsers to worry about. But also, you can flip as many as you want, as long as you don't hit 2 of the same Bowser. Now, the thing with these is, if you actually are familiar with the pattern, or have a chart handy, you can cheese it and get all the items without ever touching Bowser. And I do indeed have such a chart. The way it works is, there are certain panels that will always be safe, and you need to flip those over, which will tell you which board you're on. And it varies depending on the world. So for World 1, for instance, we need to flip the first and third ones in the second row. So there's a flower, and another flower. And then the first one in the third row, so that's an ice flower. So flower, flower, and ice means we're on board 5, so the Bowsers will be at, assuming we're using A, B, C for the rows, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the columns, the Bowsers are at A5, B2, B6, and C2, so those are the ones we need to avoid. All the rest are safe. So we can safely flip that one, that one, that one, that one. Avoid that one because it's Bowser, or Bowser Jr. Flip that one, this one, and this one. And the other 2 in that row are Bowser. And we want to avoid that one, and then we can flip the remaining 4. Yeah, I'll post the full chart in the video description or something like that. And there we go. We get 7 items. Some of you might be thinking, but I'm Amelia, you've literally finished everything there is to do in the game. What's the point of even getting the items? Well, there is none, but clearly I was able to get all the levels, or beat all the levels, and get all the star coins without using any items from stock, so I didn't need them anyway.
Let's go!
As for this yellow mushroom house, like I said, this one gives you a star, guaranteed. Here's a rare item, I'm sure it'll come in handy. Now the stars do have the same problem as they do in Super Mario Bros. 3, which is that if the problem spot is later in the level, they're not that helpful. You only get it at the beginning. So there's a mushroom house over there, but we have to fight a Goomba first. Several Goombas. I got one up here. Well, that was humiliating. well. So we can add 3 mushrooms to our items.
Yeah.
So now we head for this one.
Let's go.
So, same story as last time. Flip B1, B3, and C1. Yes, we know how to do this. We literally just did it. So this time, Fire Flower, Propeller, and another Fire Flower are what we have. So that's board 6. So the Bowsers will be at A5, B6, C4, and C5. So we can flip these first 4. And we want to avoid the last one in the second row. I wish Mario could climb faster. And then we want to flip this one and that one. Avoid the next 2. And flip the last one. Screw you, Bowser. Nobody likes you. Well, I guess Bowser Jr. probably has fewer fans than adult Bowser. And since we can, and we've cleared out all of the item things, let's take the Warp Cannon, because we haven't actually seen any of these yet. I don't know if doing this counts for any sort of completion or anything like that. Hint movies, maybe. Warp to World 5. Putting the Wii back in New Super Mario Bros. Wii. And letting Mario channel his inner Raphael the Raven. So now we'll check out the Toad houses in World 2. So this being a new world, the power-up panels will have a different pattern to them. So it'll be a different set of 2 or 3 or 4 that we'll have to flip over. In the case of World 2, we can figure it out just by flipping 2 of them. The ones we need are A2 and A4. So we have a mini mushroom and a fire flower. So A1, A6, B3, and B5 are the ones we need to avoid. Notably, World 1 is the only one where you can get super mushrooms. And it's also the only one where you can't get mini mushrooms. Wait, what was it? Alright, okay. Momentarily forgot which ones we were supposed to avoid here. It's also worth noting that having one, or even that you can flip Bowser's and still win. And then all of the third row is safe. Like, if you have one Bowser, that's fine, you can't lose. And if you have a Bowser and a Bowser Jr., they don't match, so you won't lose there either. But why bother when we can just save time and flip all the items? Now, if only it were like the DS game where you could store one of them in your item box during a level. This game doesn't even have an item box.
Let's go.
Maybe they thought it would make it too easy or something? Or they didn't want to ruin their meticulously crafted, terrible puzzles that are based on a particular power-up. Granted, those are not nearly as frequent in this game as they are in the original. But we have a new pattern for these, or this anyway. So if you do this one right, you can hit all 6 of them. Wait for it. Or you can miss all 6 of them like I did. Too bad, you didn't even get one. Well, like I said, it's a lot harder to do with the keyboard because you can't hold it in place. Oh well. Not like we need the extra lives anyway. Okay, that's a cannon. Wow, this world is stingy with the items. And the Sandworm of Doom, or whatever, I forget what you actually fight in this world. But it seems content to stay in that corner, so that's fine. Here's a rare item. It's a star. Look! Stars! Well, hello. We must fight a hole. Spinies, that's what I thought. Interesting how you can actually jump on flipped spinies in this game, because you certainly can't in Super Mario Bros. 3 or World. I mean, granted, a basic spiny is one of the simplest enemies to code that you can imagine. Go away, spiny in a hole. Oh, we have another spiny in a hole. But it appeared elsewhere, so we're fine. Yeah, you sound like Zero. You have a warp tube, also World 5. Now, New Super Mario Bros. 2 had the most interesting iteration of these cannons. They actually had auto-run levels, or sort of auto-run. I mean, not that I particularly liked those, but it was more than just climb into the cannon. Hello, World 5, my old friend. So we'll head off to the snowy wastelands, I mean the Winter Wonderland. And get accosted by some Ice Bros. Now, can we please do this on the first try this time? I remember you jerks. It was a long time ago that... it's not looking good so far. That's one down. Yeah, why are the Ice Bros, like, way harder to deal with than... Case in point.
Oh, no!
Again, case in point. Why are the Ice Bros so much harder to deal with than literally every other enemy encounter in the game? Whoops. At least we'll get all our life back. Unless we, too bad, don't even get one. You know, on a modern system, it would be nice if they could have more than one different mini-game. I mean, the 1-Up Blast at least has different variations, but... that's not even true for the power-up one. Okay, so let's see. Well, we got one. That's all we needed. Okay, good. It went the other way. So we should be out of danger from Ice Bros. Power-up panels, version 3. So for this one, B3, C1, and C4 are the ones we need to flip first. So, B3 is a mini mushroom. C1 is a penguin suit, new to World 3. C4 is a fire flower. So A3, B6, C2, and C5 are the ones we need to avoid. So we can flip those two. And we can flip the rest of row A. We can flip most of row B. Just have to leave the last one. We can flip the bottom right one. And this one. And we win. A lot of blue things. Definitely not taking that cannon right now, because then I'd have to deal with the Ice Bros again. And we don't want that, do we?
Pixago!
Another item thing? I don't know why they need to have this dialogue every time, and I especially don't know why they need to have the instructions every time.
What?
I could almost understand it if I'd quit the game and restarted, but this is the same playthrough. Or same play session. Whoops. I was not paying attention and flipped the wrong one. It's B3, not A3, that we're supposed to hit. Fortunately, all having one Bowser really does is make the music faster. If only it also made Mario faster. So, Penguin, Ice Flower, and Propeller. So that's the first board, so there are actually 3 Bowsers in a row at the top left corner, and we also need to avoid B5. All of the bottom row is safe. Oh yeah, and you can get stars in these things too, which kind of makes the yellow ones rather pointless, because these you can refresh by, well, actually I'll explain that later, after we finish the one for World 7. Get a wider variety than usual that time. An extra penguin suit, of course, but it makes sense for World 3. And how about another star?
Pixago!
I guess having a star would come in handy for 9-7, because you could just kind of ignore all the Venus fire traps at the beginning. And now for the cannon.
Pixago!
I want the coins. I completely don't need the coins, but World 6 this time. Looks like Team Mario is blasting off again! Time for World 4. And we're starting off with some 1-ups. Potentially. I could always screw it up again.
What?
Oh, hey. And now we have 2-up balloons. Definitely don't want to miss those. And hey, got 4 extra lives. And now, instead of 99, I have 99. Yeah, it's really not that difficult to get lives in this game. Sorry, Toad, not today.
Pixago!
Or any other day, probably. I considered showing off the Toad rescue missions, but I figured that would probably take too long. So, for World 4, we need to flip A2, A6, and B5.
What?
Yes, I know how this works. You don't need to tell me every time. So, we have a penguin, another penguin, and an ice flower. So that's board 4, so A1, A5, C1, and C2 are the ones we need to avoid. All of the middle row is safe. And most of the, well, 2/3 of the bottom row is safe. Thank you, Game FAQs users, for doing this work that I couldn't be bothered to do. Sure, I've been getting a lot of mini mushrooms lately. Fortunately, you don't need them for much in this game, unlike the DS game. And let's have a couple of stars. I think this is the first time that we've seen 2 yellow toad houses in the same world. I'd still rather have the red ones, though. Even if you're not cheesing it, you still get way more items on average. Yeah, here's a rare item. I'm sure it'll come in handy. Pick a box. Its contents will help you along your way. So that's World 4 cleaned out. Now we just need to make like a rocket ship. And this also goes to World 6. You get a nice scenic view of the beach. So, that's half of it done. Now time for World 5, and this one is probably still a nuisance to get around. Excuse me, but you are in my way. Well, it's still easier than the Ice Bros. At least the piranha plants stick their neck out for you. That was close. More mushrooms. No more interruptions, please. So, for World 5, we just need to flip C4 and C5, and that'll tell us which board we have.
What?
Never underestimate Nintendo's ability to tell you the same things over and over again. So we have a propeller suit and a penguin suit. Which means A1, A3, B6, and C2 are the ones we need to avoid. And more stars. It's a fire flower. Imagine if getting the Bowser ones meant you could summon Bowser into a level. Will that give you a bonus boss battle, or would it actually destroy enemies for you? Up Blast version 5. Let's see. I think I'm just gonna try to go straight up this time. And I got 5 extra lives, so that seems like a good strategy. Hello, Piranha Plant number 2. I have a feeling I'll have to face the third one, too. And me with no power-ups. So maybe I should start using some of those mushrooms that I'm getting from all these. Well, having 2 platforms there made it go a little quicker. Seems like in most newer Mario games, they just have you start big by default after you die. Well, here's the last item house. Or mushroom house, whatever. I mean, they're the same thing. They're a mushroom-shaped house that gives you an item. Hello, Toad. Can we interact with him? We cannot. Well, 50-50 chance. Go on, get in my way. You're just giving me more mushrooms. And that's the easiest version of the 3, I think. More platforms, and you don't have to go down to the ledges on the bottom, which, incidentally, why the heck are those mountain tile set instead of jungle? Did somebody not get the memo about what world we were in? Also, when I said we were halfway done, I forgot it's 9 worlds then. Oh yeah, World 8. So I guess there aren't any warps to World 7 then. That's what the last one should have been. Soaring over the treetops. A twinkle in the sky. Write a song about that. But for those who don't feel like being musically inclined right now, let's move on and check out the items in World 6.
Let's go.
Sorry, Toad, but how did you even fit in that block? Chance to win some 1-ups, go through the door to play. Yes. Yes, we know, so...
What?
And now, they swing back and forth. Tricky, no? And I missed them all again. I know, instead of having 99 lives, I'll only have 99. The horror.
Let's go.
So for World 6, the ones we need to flip are A3, B6, and C2.
What?
We have a mini mushroom. We have a fire flower. And we have an ice flower. So A5, B5, C3, and C6 are the ones we don't want. I feel like Mario climbs slower in this game than he does in Super Mario World anyway. I don't know how hard it would be to replicate this game in Super Mario World anyway. I mean, the game already has the ability to flip onto the other side of nets, or fences, so... Has anyone actually disassembled that sprite? It seems like a kind of thing that I might have done at some point, but... It has very limited use cases, so I may not have. So now we go up the mountain, and there's one more. Oh, hello, Bullet Bill. I was too lazy to time that correctly, so... Finding more of these things. I mean, this one's pretty easy, too. I say as I almost die. Just have to have your Toho instincts kick in. And we get a free life for it. Yeah, there's a good reason they didn't put mushrooms in the Toad houses after World 1, because you get loads of mushrooms by doing the enemy battles already. And you can infinitely farm those, so... Here's a yellow star-shaped thing that probably is a star. I'm sure it'll come in handy. I thought it'd be clever by taking the pipe backward, but alas, I was not.
Oh, no!
Oh! You know, that doesn't actually set me back any, because I wanted to go back anyway. I'm sure at some point I'll make up the 1-up. For now, let's blast off to World 8 again. There are no warps to World 9, because that isn't unlocked until you beat the game. Wait, do you actually do... Okay, you can do that. I thought that would be really silly if you died on a warp cannon. And now we see if we can go over the mountains. And into the wild blue yonder. Don't worry, World 8. Wait, what?
What?
You've completed everything in New Super Mario Bros. Wii, so I guess the warp cannons do count for something. Bit silly to get that at that point, but we have more Toad houses to do. So on to World 7.
Let's go!
See if we can make out that life we lost fighting the Bullet Bills.
What?
This looks like another decent one to do the straight-up thing. Oh, wait, actually... Wait, why did I go on that side and not the other one? There are 3-up balloons over there. Well, I missed the 3-ups, but... I only needed one, so... Yeah, gee, I wonder which side is more lucrative. Wait, what?
Let's go!
It respawned, or didn't go away? I guess we're doing it again. That reminds me of the time that I was at Fremo's with my family as a kid, and...
What?
For whatever reason, their candy crane didn't register that a person had completed it. So we got to keep trying over and over again since it was play till you win. And finally, eventually, it did actually detect the candy dropping down the chute. But, I don't know if that's a glitch or what, but... Free, reusable 1-up house, I guess?
Let's go!
Anyway, heading past 7-6 to the star one. I'm a beautiful ballerina. And that one. Oh, wait a minute. I wonder... you know, I wonder if they automatically... Or if they are infinite once you complete everything. Because that could make sense. Once you've done everything in the game there is to do and no longer need items, you can have all the items you want.
What?
So for World 7, we need to flip A5, A6, and C6. And our pattern is Ice Flower, Mini Mushroom, and Propeller Suit. So A1, B5, B6, and C5 we don't want. So we'll just do a vertical zigzag. With the diagonal path in one place. Yeah, I mean, it's cool that they made him infinite after you complete everything, but what the heck is the point? This has the same energy as there being an accessory in Octopath Traveler 2 that removes all enemy encounters that you get from defeating the secret boss who's harder than anything else in the game. Anyway, here's a star. You can have all the stars you want now. You can have a whole sky full of stars, or rather 99. That's the whole sky, right? Hello, Lakitu. Okay, this actually could be a bit tricky. Especially if I fall in the abyss and die. That is one belligerent Lakitu. Ow, spinied. You get the heck out of my way, you jerk. That's the same pattern every time, too. Where's Yoshi when you need him? Haha. How do you like it? Hoist by your own petard there? Well, sort of. But anyway, no more Lakitu. And that was it for World 7. So now we move on to World 8, and there's a bit of a problem here. There are not actually... Whoops, wrong button. There are not actually any item houses in, or any mushroom houses at all in World 8, or 9 for that matter. However, you can get them a certain way, which I will get to in a bit. For now, I'll see you back when we actually have a mushroom house here. So the way you get extra mushroom houses, and the only way to get them in Worlds 8 and 9, depends on the Toad Rescue missions. You have to get the Toad to the end of the level safety, and then the last digit of the timer determines which mushroom house you get. In this case, we get a green one. If it ends in 0, 1, or 2, you get a green one. I forget if I've actually seen what this version of the 1-Up Blast looks like. But here it is. It has some more of the Christmas ornament style ones and a 4-Up balloon. See if I can actually hit that. No, but I got 5 extra lives anyway, so... My 99 life count has increased to 99. So yeah. If the last digit of the timer is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, you get a red mushroom house. And you also get some fireworks. Well, you get some fireworks for the Toad thing anyway, but since it was 8, we got 8 of them. So what items can we get in World 8? Well, we need to flip A5, A6, and C4 first. Yes, yes, power-up panels, we know. So, our pattern is Mini Mushroom, Ice Flower, and Ice Flower. So that's pattern 2, so A4, B5, B6, and C3 are the ones we need to avoid. And there we go. Actually, no. I'm missing one here. Oh, yeah. I thought Silly me. I forgot to flip the last one. But yeah, we get more of the same stuff, basically. Finally, if the last digit of the timer is 9 when you do this, you get the yellow one and get a free star. You could probably see where this was going.
Yeah. Let's go.
So yay, star for us. There's absolutely nothing special about the stars in World 8. Here's a present for you. Head left if you want to go out. Are you hitting on me? So now finally World 9, and the Toad Rescue missions in World 9 are a pain. And we have to do one in 9.5 unless we want to reset it. So I'll see you back at the end of 9.5, I guess. Alright, time to get our 1-up house. So how many fireworks do we get if we have 0? I assume we get 0. Oh, we get 1. Okay. And let me just say, Toad Rescue in 9.5 is rough. Like, I am very, very glad that I'm not playing this on an actual Wii. Just saying. It's much more of a puzzle than it is for something like, well, I mean, even 8.2 or 1.1 or any, like, big open level. Anyway, the final iteration of the 1-up blast.
What?
What do we have this time? Oh, we have more 4s. Seems like the easiest thing to do here, again, would be to go straight up. And get 6 extra lives out of the deal. But just saying, there are way easier ways to get 6 extra lives in this game. Anyway. Give me those 9 fireworks. And another star. Well, not that we'll get to keep it, because I decided to save the red one for last. Because it has the most items, and we don't get to keep the ones from the other 2. So, what does the Star House look like in World 9? It looks exactly the same as all the other Star Houses, and also I'm a beautiful penguin ballerina. And finally... a wed one. So I think World 9 is the only one where you can get multiple stars out of the red mushroom houses, so why would you ever go for the yellow one? You can get a star, and then another star, and then some more items in the red one. So this time we need to flip over 4 to tell which one we're on. We need A2, A6, B6, and C6. So that one, and then go all the way down the right column. Rightmost. We have an ice flower, a star, a fire flower, and a penguin suit. Okay, I know which one we're on. A5, B1, C1, and C2 are the ones we need to avoid. And there we go. Two stars and one of several other things. So, what's our final item count? We have 65 mushrooms, 14 fire flowers, 13 propeller suits, 15 ice flowers, 10 penguin suits, 12 mini mushrooms, and 14 stars. None of which we'll be using. So, like the game said, we have completed everything in New Super Mario Bros. Wii. So, join me next time as I discuss my thoughts on the game. I'll see you then.